lecture is for governing soul number 1. Remember, your governing soul number is the number energy that dominates your life. It's about you living a happy life and growing with ease. As we work through the information on governing soul number 1, you'll be given the opportunity to pause for contemplation. Each time a new piece of understanding is given, it will be followed by some insightful contemplation questions. You may choose to follow through the presentation from start to finish and then return to the contemplation questions, or you may choose to pause at each contemplation slide to spend time on your journaling. The energy of the number 1 is independence and growth, which as you grow changes to leadership and confidence. So just to emphasize that, we'll do it again. The energy of the number 1 is independence and growth, which as you grow changes to leadership and confidence. The contemplation here is journal your first impression of this energy. Do you see this in your life? Are you living the energy of your governing soul number 1? Could you be happier if you did live this way? With a governing soul number 1, you are living through independence and growth, which changes to leadership and confidence. Next, we're going to take a look at the journey of your life. When you have a governing soul number 1, the internal journey is the courage to be yourself, the courage to know yourself, and then to confidently be you, to confidently be yourself. Contemplation, ask yourself, is this internal journey what is happening inside of you? Do you feel that you maybe used to live this way? What happened along the way? And when did you lose touch with this? If the internal journey for our flashy number 1s is courage and confidence, how might this play out in the external journey? The external journey for number 1s is balancing independence and loneliness, allowing you to step into the courage to lead. Interesting, isn't it, that for governing soul number 1, there's a deep desire to be independent, which can lead to you being alone and suffering from loneliness. The balancing task is to stay independent without pushing people away. Once you've mastered this balancing, it allows you to step into the courage to lead. The contemplation is, does this external journey ring true? Have you ever experienced this in your life? Does it feel possible to experience this in your life? And what would your life look like if this was your journey? So for governing soul number 1s, your internal journey is courage and confidence. Your external journey is balancing independence and loneliness, which allows you to step into the courage to be a leader. Here's a fuller look at your life's journey. With the governing soul number 1, your life's journey is to courageously be yourself and to courageously be a leader. This includes being able to balance independence and loneliness, and to choose to get involved in things that you can be 100% committed to. No half measures. The contemplation then, as a governing soul number 1, living this life journey equals happiness. Is there anything you could do in your life, anything you could add to your life, or anything you could let go of that will make it more possible to experience this life journey. Wow, that is quite the journey for the Governing Soul Number Ones. The words that jump out to me are courage, confidence, independence, and leadership. So let's take a look at what you believe about yourself, what you believe in a positive and affirming way, and what you believe in a negative and limiting way. The affirming belief for Governing Soul Number 1 is I am charismatic and I am bright and aware. Again, I am charismatic and I am bright and aware. The contemplation, take a moment to jot down your first response, your first impression of this affirming belief. Does it feel true for you? What might your life be like if you could accept that this is true about you? And here's a suggestion for a tool. Affirmations are in themselves very powerful tools. All words are containers of energy, and these words describe you at a primal level. Use this affirmation to remind you of your instinctual energy. Some people like to make them into a screensaver for their phone. Others like to write a card and keep it next to their bed. I've even seen affirmations written with a dry erase pen on bathroom mirrors. The limiting belief for Governing Soul Number 1 is I believe the world is a dangerous place and I am afraid. Let's talk a little bit about limiting beliefs. So they are generally created in childhood by your experiences. So here's the thing, it is a belief and not a fact. Although your limiting beliefs feel very, very real to you, they're not necessarily true. They are feelings that are created by your life experience, and they become automatic responses to the things that happen. For example, there's so many childhood life experiences that could have created this belief. I believe that the world is a dangerous place and I'm afraid. Maybe a household with abuse, maybe money issues, maybe a country with unrest. Just so many scenarios. The thing is, you responded to your childhood experience in this way. This is about you and your response, not about the external situation. This is your reaction. So now you have a belief that is limiting and holding you back. But the tricky thing about beliefs is that you also spend a lot of time subconsciously gathering proof as to why this limiting belief may be true. So when faced with a situation, for example, a relationship breakup, your automatic reaction is, I believe that the world is a dangerous place and I'm afraid. As you take a look at the other soul numbers, you'll see that the automatic response for each of the governing soul numbers is different. An equally automatic response to the same situation, but a different limiting belief. That's why I say that limiting beliefs are about you and your response, not about the external situation. So the limiting belief attached to governing soul number 1 is I believe that the world is a dangerous place and I am afraid. The contemplation then, journal about how this may have started for you and how it is still impacting your life now. What would the impact be on your happiness if you started to understand that this limiting belief may not be totally true? How could you change your response to the things that are happening in your life now? And the tool is, your affirmation is, I am charismatic and I am bright and aware. When reading or saying this affirmation, consciously understand that it is reprogramming your limiting belief. Beliefs are tricky, aren't they? Your affirming belief is something you know about yourself at a deep subconscious level. Governing soul number ones believe they are charismatic and bright and aware. You're the world's sparkly people who bring light to life. Your limiting belief is created by you, by the way you respond to your life experiences, and it started in childhood. The limiting belief for governing soul number one is all around believing that the world is a dangerous place and you're afraid. Your affirming belief acts as the antidote to your limiting belief. Your governing soul number one defines both your light and your dark characteristics. These characteristics impact how you feel, what you think about, and also how you behave. Let's take a look at the light or positive characteristics of the governing soul number one. This is fun. You really are this great. You're an independent thinker, confident, a bright, shining light, on the path of personal growth, and you lead by example. You're also in healthy relationships, have courage, get noticed, are 100% committed, and bright and aware. The contemplation then, as a governing soul number one, which of these characteristics really feel like you and are a part of your life? Which ones are you not so sure about? Why do you think you may not be connecting to these ones? How would your happiness be affected if they were a part of what you knew about yourself? And the tool then, what can you do to remind yourself about this light that burns in you? Remember to read these light characteristics every day and pick one to focus on each day. This lecture is about the Tao and soul numbers, the definitions of the numbers, including the affirmations, the limiting beliefs, the light characteristics and dark characteristics, are all based on the fundamental nature of the universe, on the Tao, which, as you remember, means your path or life journey. No life journey would be complete without opportunities for personal growth, for energy expansion, for soul evolution. And here's the thing. Growth comes because you face difficulties and then choose to be better. Growth comes from hardship, and growth comes from doing things differently. And that's why you need to understand a little about your dark characteristics. Those things that repeatedly crop up that lead to negative thoughts, lousy feelings, and undesirable outcomes. So here are the dark or negative characteristics for governing soul number one. Characteristics that you exhibit some of the time or all of the time, outcomes that are sometimes part of your life or always there. So arrogant, conflicted in relationships, stubborn, selfish, volatile, a loner, and lonely. The contemplation then, as a governing soul number one, Which of these dark characteristics really feel like they are part of your life? Which ones used to be true but are not anymore? Why do you think you may have left these ones behind? How would your happiness be affected if you could recognize these dark characteristics more quickly and then make a different choice? The tool: stay focused on your affirmation and your light characteristics. Remembering this great stuff about yourself changes the focus from what is going wrong in your life to what is great about you. This is what we've learned so far about the governing soul number 1. The energy, life's journey, the affirming belief and the limiting belief. I've given you a lovely list of your light and positive characteristics and a shorter list of the dark and negative characteristics to choose away from. Next, we'll get into the what to do or action part of governing soul number 1. These are concrete action steps that you can take to live a more authentic life. Balance independence and loneliness. Find ways to be in healthy collaborations. Get involved in things you can be 100% committed to. Share your light. Focus on personal growth and lead by example by the way you live your life. The contemplation. As a governing soul number 1, look at each of these action points and journal about whether this energy is already in your life or whether you need more of this, whether things used to be this way but aren't anymore. This understanding leads to ways to bring this energy into your life. And the tool? As I mentioned closer to the beginning, I hope that this study of the Tao and soul numbers is not only theoretical, but also practical, stimulating your thoughts and inspirations based on your date of birth is a huge part of this. I also hope that the self-awareness that you are gaining will contribute to your happiness. Here is a practical way to integrate this deep study of self into concrete life actions. Make 2 lists based on the action points. The first list, action that you can take right here and right now to live in the light of your governing soul number 1. And the second list, plans that you can make for the future to bring more of this energy into your life and to be in your light. Each governing soul number also has bonus energy sources. Each of these bonus energy sources has the same energy vibration as the soul number 1. So the color is red. Every color has a wavelength and therefore a specific energy vibration. Darker colors have a softer energy, and lighter colors vibrate at a higher level. Colors can be used in a variety of ways, such as clothing, jewelry, artifacts, to boost energy. With the governing soul number 1, wear red as it creates change and assists with moving forward in your life. Red gives you power, strength, and courage. The gemstone is Tiger's Eye. Gemstones are gifts from the earth, and each has a distinct energy vibration that harmonizes with the natural energy flow of your governing soul number. With the governing soul number 1, carry Tiger's Eye to help you recognize your great inner strength. Tiger's Eye helps you accomplish your goals and feel energized and sparkly. The essential oil is cedarwood. Essential oils are a gift from the plants, and each has a distinct energy vibration that matches the governing soul number. Essential oils can be used in a diffuser or in a spritzer bottle combined with filtered water, or a few drops placed on a porous material such as a tissue. Essential oils promote well-being. With the governing soul number 1, use cedarwood as it reduces fear and enhances courage. Cedarwood promotes inner strength. And the animal is the peacock. The animal instinct gives you insights into your own behavior. Study of the animal provides clues that will help you gain deeper understanding of your own instinctual nature. The animal for governing soul number 1 is the peacock. Peacocks are showy, flashy, and confident. They have a deep inner wisdom and warmth. So that's it for governing soul number 1. Isn't the journey into self-awareness exciting? Keep adding to your contemplations, keep adding insights, keep growing and understanding yourself.